Hi, I'm Mark. Thanks for joining me here in my wee workshop in County Down in Northern Ireland. Got a new toy today, something I've been waiting for a long time and saving up for even longer. And it was just delivered about 15 minutes ago, and I'd like you to see what it is. It's something called a WorkSharp 3000. You know it's good because it's 3000. Would you like to see what's in this box? Come on over. I know folks love to see boxes being opened on YouTube. Cardboard box here. See what's in here. This is the very clever slotted disc. One of the glass discs. The idea of this tool is that you poke your chisel in underneath here, and this glass disc, which goes on here, is lovely and flat. And when you put your abrasive on there, it always means that the tool sharpening surface is lovely and flat. Abrasive material, which fits on there, I guess. Hier ist ein deutscher Plug. What's the voltage here? It does say 230 volts. The WorkSharp is supplied with these self-adhesive backed abrasive discs. Stick them on just right, just to get them nice. And I was fairly sure I would forget what the grit number was, so I wrote with a Sharpie on the side of the glass. Not sure how well that's going to stick on there, but well, we'll see as the months go on. The big thing about this WorkSharp is that it has these slotted discs. I'll show you what these are for in a second or two. This is the tool guide. I'm adjusting it to the width of the chisel or the plane blade or whatever it is that you're sharpening. And here's the click stop honing angle guide. It goes up in 5-degree increments. So let's have a go with this thing. I'm putting one of these slotted discs in because I want to show you this first. Screw in this retaining nut at the top, and that is it. We're ready to start sharpening things. The big unique selling point of this tool is that you can actually see what you're grinding as you grind it. So I've scribbled on this with a Sharpie to let you see. You can see through the slotted disc as you cut, and this is not a trick. It really did grind that fast. I haven't quite got it set, so it's slightly wonky, but that is pretty impressive, I think you'll agree. Now over to using the solid glass discs, which I really think I'm going to be using much more often. So I used the 400 to clean up the back of the chisel, and as you can see, that chisel has been neglected over the years. And on the underside of that disc is the coarser side, the 120. And now I'll turn the disc over to improve the honing with the 400. There's the 120 side. And I'll clean that up before I go any further with this little block of rubber which they give with the WorkSharp. And that's honing with the 400. And already this chisel is as sharp as I have ever made it.
It's all that I crave. Swedish fish with the case full of best cameras and somehow tells me that bushy was naughty, I was messing around. I found what happened about a new baby.
But I thought I would continue, hone it a little bit more using the finer grits. And that is not bad. And that's the first time I ever used it. Loose ends about the use of this tool, the WorkSharp 3000. They provide a little piece of rubber to keep the thing clean, and that's very useful. These slotted discs, let me show you this one here, that you can see through by persistence of vision. I'm not sure how often I would use those. You get lots of different grits of them. This is a very coarse one here. It doesn't say actually what the grit is, but although you would have to buy these things, I'm not sure just how useful they are. I'll let you know in due course. When it comes to buying the ones that are supplied by the WorkSharp company, which have the adhesive back to them, again, I'm not really entirely sure how much you would need to do that. I have made this MDF disc with a much heavier grit to get me really started, 80 grit, to really get the party started. For some very old plane blades that I had, and I found that extremely useful. Of course, then you need to go through all the grits, and incidentally the grits that they supply are 120, 400, 1000 and 3600. So by the time you're getting to 3600, it is mirror finish. I never really feel the necessity to go any higher than 400, but you may feel differently. The tool strikes me as being very well made. Even though part of it is made of plastic, it's very robust, it feels well made, and I'm sure it's going to last me for the rest of my working life. One small frustration that some people may find difficult is that the click stop for the blade guide here has only 4 positions, 20, 25, 30 and 35 degrees for your honing angle, but some people may find the fact that it isn't continuously variable slightly frustrating. Not me. So how much did it cost? Well, I bought this from eBay. It came directly from a supplier in Germany, which is why it had the German plug on it, and it had all the instructions in German. Fortunately, that wasn't a problem for me because I could get the instructions online in English. Delivered, the tool cost nearly, I think it was £280 from eBay. About £50 of that was the delivery charge. It's a lot of money. So be prepared, depending on where you live in Europe, to spend the best part of £300 sterling, which is what, about, call it €400. You may be able to get it a little bit less than that. If you live in the United States, you'll get it for about half that. Why it is so expensive on this side of the Atlantic just beats me. So finally, is the WorkSharp 3000 a good tool, well worth, call it €400? To me, yes, because I hate sharpening. I'm very bad at it, and when I have to sharpen tools, it really holds up production for me. With this, I can go and sharpen a chisel or a plane or anything, and I'm ready to go within 5 minutes. If you're the kind of person that loves sharpening and you have no trouble with it, then no, it's not worth the money. But for me, absolutely. So that's everything that I have to say about the WorkSharp 3000. Undoubtedly, I have left lots of important things out. Do ask me about them in the comments. I love to read all your comments, all your questions, and I will do my best to try and find out and answer them correctly. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, God's greatest blessings as always. And if you'd like to see more chiseling, here it is right now.